So I woke up this morning and I went to Twitter.
Yes.
And I saw that yesterday's Ask a Man was still a big conversation between our listeners. And this is absolutely great. You know, we love it when you take the conversation into your own hands and run with it and express your opinions, because there is no one fixed formula for any relationship. At the end of the day, the decision is yours and your partner's on how you guys are going to shape this relationship.
Very true.
So 20 after 10, Anonza is on standby, the naked DJ, Somizi, Lerato, myself, as well as you, the superstar of the show. The house rules are very, very simple. Anonymous, good morning.
Morning, how are you guys?
We are great, thanks, and yourself?
I'm good, thanks.
Super.
Okay,
So the house rules are very, very simple. We're going to respect your identity and protect your identity. We're just going to have to ask of you to extend the same courtesy to the people that you'll be talking about. Protect their identity. Don't mention anything that might give us an idea of who they are.
Okay, no problem.
Fantastic. Please go ahead.
Okay, I'm just calling in this morning to find out, when do you actually let go without feeling bad about it? Okay, so let me explain the story. Me and my partner have been together for about 10 years now. I'm 27, he's 31. So, okay, we've been together for 10 years, so he's basically the only partner I know because I've been so young. So in the beginning, things were fine. We had our first son. I think I was 21 at the time. And then things started to change. I became a mom, and he still went out with his friends. I didn't go out with him as much. I would rather stay at home with our kid. And then our second son came. And the one is 7 and the one is 4 now. So at the moment, I like work, but he's in between jobs. He leaves his job when he feels like it. When he gets paid, he goes out with friends, spends all his money on them, comes home with nothing because he knows I won't leave my job because I have our 2 sons to look after. So he's just not growing up in that sense. He's not leaving his friends alone, which are not good for him. He's been to rehab, in and out of rehab, and I stood by him. But, like, at what stage do you actually let go and be like, but no, this is not what I want in life? We're at different stages in life at the moment. But at the same time, he's very manipulative, as to a point where he'll be like, no, but you're my wife. You need to stand by me no matter what. You get through this together. And at the same time, I think about my 2 sons, because while he's not a good husband to me, he's a great father to them. So how do you let go without, like, feeling bad about it? Because I'm at the point where, like, I can't anymore. Not happy. You like basically living life just to live life.
Anonymous, I've got 2 questions for you. 1, what did he go to rehab for? 2, when you say he's a good father,
Yeah.
how so? What does he do that makes you think and say he's a good father? So,
He has a lot of time for our boys. He spends a lot of time with them. He'll play with them, do the homework with them. Like dad duties, he's good at that.
Does he provide for them? Does he pay?
No, that's the thing. Everything's on me. And he was checked into rehab for drug addiction. So now when he does get paid at the end of the month, he runs off to his friends. Knowing that I will see to everything.
And what are you feeling right now? What do you feel like doing? If you had to make a decision right now, what would your decision be?
I would leave, because there's nothing between us anymore. He's like, she's there to be there and I'm there to be there. But at the same time, excuse me?
Has the family intervened?
No, I actually haven't spoken to my family yet, because I want to make a decision and then go to them. I don't want to run up and down and then still stay with the man, because
and his family?
He's a typical mama's boy. If you speak to his mother about it, she just brushes it off.
And how old is he?
He's 31 years old.
Okay.
So every time I want to leave, he'll be like, no, but what am I without you guys, and where will my life end up? So how do you just break loose without feeling bad about where his life is going?
And you feel like you've tried everything to support and to understand and to be there.
Yeah. Yeah, I have. Okay. Every time he loses his job, I'll go and look for a new job, and then he'll start the new job, work for a few months, leave again. I mean, his life is basically directionless.
Okay.
Sure. I'm studying, I'm working, like, I'm making plans for our life, but he isn't. We're just not in the same page in life.
Look, I think from my side, I know that your heart has probably made its decision. And you do know, if you do intervene, if you ask the family to intervene, all they're going to say to you is, this is marriage, you guys should talk it out.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you have done all this that they're saying, that as a wife, you have done it. As a mother, you have done it. And
exactly.
And for me, I wouldn't even... I think if family had to come in, and I would just dictate, I would actually tell them what I want. And I'd tell them that, look, I've been there for him for so many years. When this and this happens, this is how this man acts. And as a woman, I've done it all. Anonymous, you say he's a great father, but payday, he runs around with his friends. He's a great father.
Yeah.
He's a great father when money is not there. And for me, that's not a great father. Because he could be, with that money, he could be investing in your children's future. He could be, there's so much that he could be doing, and he's throwing it away. So he's only there when it suits him, when the situation is, as it is. But when the money is there, he runs away. Therefore, he forgets all the other duties.
Yeah, he has no sense of responsibility.
Exactly. I mean, sometimes they say that you need to let certain people hit rock bottom. And maybe a divorce, not now, but he should live his life away from you guys for some time so that he can hit rock bottom, so that he can see that, look, he's complaining, saying, what am I without you guys? But he'll never know what he is without you guys, because you are always there, saving him all the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Anonza, if I may ask you, let's just track back 13 years ago, right?
Okay.
Why did you marry him?
No, we only got married recently, 2 years ago.
2 years ago. Let's track back 2 years ago. Why did you marry him?
Well, at that point in his life, he was clean. He was being a good partner, good father. Like, he left his addiction, and everything was going well for us. And then once we got married, a year later, it went downhill again.
Had he presented this behavior before?
Yes.
How many times before had he presented this behavior and relapsed before?
About a few times, actually. I've lost count.
I think I'm asking because I just want to get a sense of how and where us women ignore the signs of, a partner that might not be let's not say perfectly, but well suited to be our life partner, our companion in marriage through this thing called life.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to understand that. And then your reasons for getting married, apart from why you married him, why did you get married at that point in time?
Well, in our culture, we're Muslim, so when you're pregnant, you should get married. So at that time, I already had 2 kids, and my dad was like putting pressure on me. You with this guy, but you aren't married. What's happening? And then he's like, no, but I want to get married. She's the one that doesn't want to. And I was like, okay, well, we're at a good stage in our life. Let's just do it because everyone's putting pressure.
So in essence, without the pressure, you would have used the option to not get married?
Not at that moment, yeah.
I think you know what your heart wants. I think with
that
information,
but the question is, how do you let go without worrying about where his life is going?
It's a good question, and it's a very,
because
very big
he is
question.
the father of your kids. So at some point you do care about him.
Yeah.
And you don't want to see him down, but when do you be happy and go on with your life?
You've mentioned him being a great father 3 times already in the last 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Listen, as a man, when you have children, you are supposed to be a great father. That you're not supposed to give him accolades for that.
Can I say we don't celebrate a fish for swimming?
Exactly. You're not supposed to celebrate him being a great father, Anonymous. He's supposed to be a great father. As you have responsibilities as a mother and you are a great mom. So don't celebrate that. He's supposed to be a great father. So on my list, there's still, there's a lot wrong that he's doing. On my list, I don't give him any kudos whatsoever. So maybe rethink your list.
There's the bads outweighing the good. Yeah.
Yeah. Anonymous, one thing you must always remind yourself is that you are his wife, not his mother.
Yes.
One. And two, to avoid feeling guilty, you must remember that if we're able to cut an umbilical cord from mother to child, what stops you from cutting a person that you met with 32 teeth when you are supposed to, I feel that the bond between a mother and a child is stronger than any other bond. Even the father to child is not as strong as the mother. You have 9 months with that child in you, and then you are connected by the cord, and you have to cut it and let go and let fly. So if you can do that with your own child, why can't you do it with someone whom you have all the reasons to do it too? And there's a question that yesterday we were talking about with my friends, and we were talking about people changing in the middle of a relationship, and you start seeing true colors. And sometimes we forget to rethink and go back to say, did they lie to you about who they are or who they were? Or did you lie to yourself about who they were?
You did not want to see them for what they presented.
Yes, you saw them, but you lied. You saw them.
Yeah, you were in denial.
Lied to yourself.
You lied to yourself. Because 80% of the time, if not 99% of the time, when people show you who they are later in life, they would have showed you before.
Yeah.
But you decided to overlook it, which is fine. It's a human error. It's human nature. But when you get to that point where you are extremely unhappy, and for me personally, a deal breaker is drug addiction, for instance.
Yeah.
If I find out my partner takes drugs, it's a no-no. Because if rehab struggles to rehabilitate that person, who am I and what am I? I have no knowledge on how to deal and treat. And people who use substance, they are the smartest people. The smartest. They know their way around because they know how to survive without money to feed this expensive addiction. If they know
fact that they know how to hide it,
yes,
means that they are masterminds at maintaining it.
And the fact that they're able to survive and feed the habit without money. They've tricks. They actors. They will. So if you can act on that, be an actor on that, imagine how many times and how many ways he's acting to either still love you or either to either saying I'm apologetic and so forth and so on. Let me tell you, you are fighting a losing battle.
Yeah.
Nobody but himself needs to be all right with himself before he's all right with anybody else. So you need to cut the tie. Cut the cord. It's not your responsibility. He's old enough. He knows. They know. Uri, if I do this, it's going to hurt this person. But let me feed this habit. If I do this, she'll forgive me. She'll get over it, and so forth and so on. You will get over it until the end of this relationship, or until you cut it, until they realize for them to start taking themselves. Even taking a person to a rehab is not enough. They need to take themselves and knock at that door and say, I need help. Ne? So until they say that, you'll never win this war, this battle. And And for the fact that you are financially supporting this relationship on your own by yourself, it means you'll be able to survive without him. Love is no longer served on this table. Move to table number 6. Table number 5 is not your table.
It's not your table. And I think to contribute to your question of how you begin to move on after a person, after you need to let go of a person and making that decision, you just need to accept, Anonymous. I speak of acceptance all the time. Acceptance is so liberating. Acceptance is one of the biggest things one can do. Imagine yourself in a flight that is now crashing and it's going downward. You have no control of how it's going to land. You have no control of what is going to happen to you thereafter. You've got no control of your situation around you that is transpiring. So the best thing to do is to inhale, make peace, accept, exhale, and wait the outcomes.
And quick one, sorry, quick one. Whatever you do, don't be angry.
Yeah, don't be
Don't
bitter.
hate. Don't hate him. Allow him to be that father that you say he's a great father. Because if that's his role, give him his role to be the father to your children. Let your children not suffer. Let your children still have the accessibility and the access to their parents and the love and the joy and the warmth. But he is no longer your responsibility.
Take a deep breath in. Exhale. How appropriate. Whitney Houston, Exhale. 10:39, just gone 10:40 on the dot. Mel Bala on standby with your news headlines. 089-110-3377. The big question that Anonymous left us all with is, how do you move on from a person that you know you need to cut ties with without carrying the guilt? What advice do you have for Anonymous? We're going to read your tweets, take your calls next.
In your news this morning, the Black Business Council says they've made progress in establishing a black bank and are engaging various stakeholders to accelerate this. And South Korea has reported 516 new coronavirus cases, bringing the country's total to over 5,000 with at least 32 deaths. I'll bring you details on these and other stories at 11.
We're back with your tweets as well as your calls on 089-110-3377. Your tweets on Twitter, #AskAman. Sandi Somatole says, ladies, I think it's high time to chase good fathers for your children than choosing handsome husbands for yourself. Hope you get my point. And Daphne says on #AskAman, Anonza, get your mind ready and let go. You can't live your life unhappy for the sake of a man who doesn't want to grow up and be responsible. A few more of your tweets on #AskAman. Seems to be a very touchy one for you guys this morning on the social media platform Twitter. #AskAman. This is from Yvonne. Anonza, you leaving is going to be a blessing to your man. He's like a child that needs tough love in order to get back on track. You've done all you can. It's time to start a new chapter in your life. And I do hope Anonymous is listening as we're reading these tweets and about to take the calls. Shorty on Twitter also says under the #AskAman, sometimes in life we think we can carry a person or save them whilst we also suffer. Anonza must let go. Lebohang Moletsane. Hi, Anonza. I think you should go and live your life and forget about this man, because this man will never change unless he wants to change. #AskAman. A lot of what Samizi was saying there came through in your tweet there. Mapahlele Maggie says #AskAman. Anonza, if you keep the relationship, you will prolong the damage. You already chow your 10 years for him. No one wants to parent anyone in the relationship or marriage. Don't think twice. The sooner, the better you get out of such toxicity. Once again, reflecting on what you were saying, Sumizi, that we are each other's partners, not each other's parents in a relationship. And Sparletta P, #AskAman. Work out your marriage, girl, and pray. First 7 years of marriage is not that easy. But as you learn each other, things become better. Pray for him, because marriage is God's institution, and he removes the heart of stone and put the heart of flesh in his life. Gukanya Fudumele says, What he does before marriage, he is likely to do it within the marriage, correct? Anonza, I think they pressured you into this marriage. Olani, MX03, Anonza, stop hesitating and do the right thing. This is all on hashtag Ask a Man. The last tweet that I'm going to read is from Chicks Radise. I think it was important to find out if Anonza is not physically abused in this marriage. I'll leave it there. Somizi, how do we wrap this one up?
Did you see a tweet from Tabaseth Peme?
No, I didn't.
Saying it's not easy given that the woman leaves. Have you guys thought of how the guy needs to be assisted? We need to build better men.
Look, you know what? There's a point there. We do need to build better men, but also better men need to take accountability and responsibility in building themselves. Every human being is given the responsibility, and put gender aside. Every single human being, please hear what I'm saying. Every single human being has a responsibility to better themselves before they even try and contribute to bettering society.
But also, building a better man is not the responsibility of a partner.
Absolutely.
It's the responsibility of a parent.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So we come to that correct.
Yes.
You need to come into it correct.
Yes.
So that it may be fruitful.
Yes. We grow each other.
Hey, I agree.
We grow each other because we both come incomplete. We both come with flaws. We both come with strengths and weaknesses. Mm-hmm. So if you come empty, I'm going to be empty as well because I'll be filling your cup.
Yep.
And my cup won't be filled. So what's the point of partnership? Why are we calling it partnership?
Yeah.
Partnership is equal. Partnership is eye to eye. Partnership is you wash my back, I wash your back. You wash my hand. It's not the responsibility of just because women can multitask and be nurturers. They're there to nurture the family foundation.
We're not mechanical engineers.
No.
We don't understand the anatomy of your brokenness. Your brokenness, especially self-inflicted brokenness. You started doing drugs. You got yourself addicted. You succumbed to the negative side of your circumstances. You battled with the discipline of the human anatomy, right? So now that part of it, unfortunately, we may sound cold, but it is the truth.
We're not cold.
No one can fix you. You need to do the work. It is your responsibility. Hence I said, gender aside. Let's put all these boundaries, these limitations aside. Let's put our cultures aside. Let's put the pressures of society aside. Let's put gender aside and let's look at you, the individual, who can best help you. We're going to take your calls now on 089-110-3377. Parktown, we begin. Tabo, good morning.
Morning, Tim. How's it?
We are good, and you?
Good. Actually, I just like to tell the lady, it's said, and it's been 10 years, but it's said. So maybe like to say, you should love people at a distance. He's right there, because I have a brother who's addicted to drugs. When the lady says the guy loves the kid, these guys, they're like somebody said, they're very smart. They will do something that you like. When you see them doing it, you see, like the guy loving the children and do it. That's how he gets to the lady. You see, so now my brother, he'll do anything so that you find him cleaning, you find him doing this, you find him doing that. But at the end of the day, I don't know how many times you took him to rehab. I don't know how many times you have stolen from us, my mother, my father, my ill father. So until he says, I need help, like Neo said, go to that rehab and knock at the door and say, I need help. The lady won't win. She won't win. We tried as a family. We didn't win anything.
Oh, there we go. Thank you very much for sharing that story with us, Tabo, in Parktown. Let's go to Pretoria with King. Khosi, good morning.
Hello, how are you?
Well, thanks. And yourself, King?
I'm good. I suggest that this lady, she gets help elsewhere. To be able to move on with her life, because I was once in a situation where I was dating a single mother. And the lady literally forced the guy not to look after the child. Actually, I asked her, why don't you go to maintenance so that he can look after the child? And then she came out, no, I don't want him to feel forced and all that. At the end of the day, I thought, okay, I'm going to make it my duty to look after them, pay for their school fees, look after the child and all that. You know, at the end of the day, when the lady got a job and she started, like, you know, paying her own bills, she started disrespecting me, talking to me the way she wants, you know, all those kind of things. So after the relationship ended, I was left with regrets. So what she can do, she can save herself from emotional breakdown by seeking counseling, as in like how can she move out of this relationship before she destroys her life. Because it's not her duty to develop the guy, to look after the guy or to improve the guy's life. If he wants help, he will go and get help for himself. Before you come to a relationship, make sure that you are sorted as an individual.
Absolutely. Make sure that you are sorted as an individual. We're going to wrap it up there. Thank you so much. I truly believe, Somizi, that yes, in relationships, our responsibility to each other is to be empathetic and support each other when we go through hardships and stuff like that. However, when supporting you breaks me, I then need to focus on filling up my cup. So that which runneth over can be used for you, and I can still support you and love you from a distance. I can still support and care for you as the father of my children, the great father of my children, but not necessarily my partner. And I think in life, yes, we may believe in these beautiful values of Christianity and the marriage as an institute and so forth, and these are all stunning. But when we are suffering and beginning to literally start breaking down, one needs to divinely intervene and say, how do we then say to people in broken relationships that they must jump out?
Yeah. Like I said, I think when I said to her, she mustn't be angry, she mustn't hate. Who knows, out of her decision, there might come great friendship, and great friendship that will be healthy for the children.
Absolutely.
And they will be able to move on, and he will probably realize that he needs to get help and become a great father and a great friend to the ex-wife, and they can take it from there. So she must never feel bad. And for her to get to this point, she must have tried so many times to fix things, but she's reached a breaking point.
13 years of a relationship and 2 years of marriage, that's a long time.
It's a long time.
Thank you very much for your calls as well as your tweets. #AskAman. Out of the building, back again tomorrow.